I really like the brown and orange. And another time I like the brown and orange is during the pre-spawn period, when that water temperature is a little bit cooler. It seems like they really react to the brown and orange really good during the pre-spawn. But mainly, this is the jig that I use in February and March a lot. Brown and orange, you can't beat that. Okay, the next one is just the all-around standard you can't beat, is the black and blue. Now, the black and blue, I pair it with a solid blue chunk. This is a the Zoom Super Chunk in the Flippin' Blue. And the blue is a very versatile color because the black and blue will work in dirty water. It works in a little bit cleaner water. It'll work in any in-between water. You simply can't go wrong with black and blue. One of the things about black and blue that you'll find is it works really good on aggressive fish. So if these fish have not had a lot of fishing pressure or they haven't seen a lot of jigs, black and blues are a really good color for that. It's also a really good cover when you're pitching and flipping it around heavier cover. So the brown and orange is a good color for like fishing around rock. Like in the pre-spawn, I'll concentrate more on rock. But later in the spring time of the year, like, during the spawn and after the spawn, if those fish are in like flooded bushes or a little bit thicker cover, like lay down trees, black and blue is a really good color for that. But black and blue has been a staple forever. You just can't go wrong with it. And then finally, my third favorite spring jig is a black and chartreuse with a solid black chunk on it. This is the black Super Chunk again, black and chartreuse, Block-It throwback jig. This is my dirty water color. So anytime that I'm fishing water visibilities that are, say, probably under 12 or 13 inches of visibility, a foot or less, I'm using black and chartreuse. Black and chartreuse, one of the things you'll find about it, guys, is it catches the biggest fish. There's something about the aggressiveness of the chartreuse that the big fish will really react to it. Black and chartreuse may not be the best color to catch a lot of fish on, but it catches quality fish on. And actually, my first Bassmaster tournament I ever won was on a black and chartreuse jig. Really good color if you can get them to hit it. So off-colored water and also low light conditions. I remember how I got started fishing a black and chartreuse jig. I'll tell you a little story about it. I like to give you guys a backstory on some of this stuff. There used to be a tournament organization here in Missouri, in my area where I fish, called the Great Plains Pro Bass Association. And it was some of the first draw tournaments I ever fished back in the early 80s. And they had this magazine in there. And back then, jigs were a big deal. That was back when we didn't have as many lures as we do now. And I got reading an article from one of the guys that was one of the top anglers on the circuit back then from Iowa. And he was saying about how he likes black and chartreuse